Namaste all the viewers and friends. Today we have come up with a very commonly discussed topic, a very commonly experienced ailment, but yet it creates a lot of disturbance, a lot of issues many a times to people. So sinusitis, and how can we manage it with yoga, with naturopathy, with acupuncture. But before we understand the therapies and how they help in the management, let us first understand what we can do about it, because it is very important that we maintaining our health will aid the treatments to work better. If we do everything that we want to and expect the treatment to provide 100% results, then I don't think so that's a good approach to go with. So what is sinusitis? It is the inflammation of the hollow regions of the skull bone. So these hollow regions are basically there for us not to experience or not to feel the weight of the brain. If these hollow regions are not there, then probably the weight of this much, the face, the head and the entire head region with the brain and the skull will become very heavy. And that's one of the symptoms that we also experience with sinusitis. When we have sinusitis, the heaviness is the first symptom that most of us go through. So what are the other symptoms that we face? Pain in the forehead, between the eyebrows, along the nasal region, in the cheeks. So pain is there, heaviness is there, heaviness especially when you bend down, and also sometimes when the sinusitis is not managed properly, it can lead to sinusitis induced headache, right? So running nose or blocked nose, most of the times it's blocked nose and that's why it is heavy. We also see redness. Many a times it's very easy to recognize if somebody is going through sinusitis. So what is making way, or what is that in our body that is aiding inflammation, is something that we have to understand before understanding the therapy. So we've discussed in a lot of topics, lot of videos that we have come up with, what aids inflammation in the body, right? So lack of activity, unhealthy food, unhealthy lifestyle, sleeping habits, if you don't expose yourselves to sun, if you eat lot of sugar or refined carbohydrates, salt excess in the food, all of these stimulants, lot of stimulants, that be it coffee, tea, be it smoking, be it alcohol consumption, all of these are creating a very beautiful platform for inflammation to aggravate, not for health to reside. So foremost thing that we have to do is maintain our health. Okay, so I will not again discuss about lifestyle and food and sleeping habits. I think we've discussed it multiple times. That is like a mandate. If that is followed, the rest will fall in place. Now, what are the therapies that will help? Along with this, along with following a lifestyle, many a times when the situation is acute, management will become difficult while you are at home. So certain therapies are important, are beneficial also. So first let's talk about acupuncture. What acupuncture does in management of sinusitis. Acupuncture, like we have discussed, works on the energy in the body, right? So sinusitis is something to do with stagnation of energy, right? Stagnation of energy, because there's a lot of heaviness, there's a lot of congestion in the nose and the sinus. So it is basically stagnation, lot of phlegm or lot of cold phlegm accumulation in the body, which needs to be released. That is one thing. Second, there's a lot of inflammation. We have spoken, sinusitis is inflammation. So inflammatory markers are high. Inflammation in the body is high. That also needs to be managed. Third, sinusitis induced headache or pain in the facial region because of the congestion is the third thing that needs to be managed. So acupuncture works in all of these areas. It brings down the inflammation, it helps relieving the pain and the congestion. More so, the energy stagnation or blockage is also very beautifully managed with acupuncture. When the needles are inserted, it remains there for 30 minutes and it will help in relieving the congestion and the energy stagnation basically. Next, what apart from acupuncture will help, or what along with acupuncture can be practiced? Yoga techniques. Yoga is helpful in prevention as well as management. So day-to-day practice of breathing exercises and pranayamas are definitely going to keep your respiratory system healthy. Along with that, when you have nose blockages and sinusitis, doing certain yogic kriyas which are called shat kriyas, cleansing techniques like jalaneti, sutraneti are also very helpful. Kapalabhati is also another factor, that is another technique that is very helpful in relieving the congestion and easing the breathing process. But can everybody and anybody do Kapalabhati and other techniques? No. That is why you need to go to a doctor who will tell you who should do Kapalabhati, how many times should you do, how you should do it. So that is also an important factor. Along with this, sun exposure is something that's very helpful, very effective in relieving the congestion during sinusitis. But it doesn't mean that you expose yourselves to sun only if you have sinusitis. These days, sun exposure has become like an alternative to vitamin, I'm saying the other way around. Vitamin D supplements has become an alternative to sun exposure. Or if you ask about sun exposure, they say I'm taking vitamin D supplements and all that. No, sun exposure is something that will give you energy. So when we're talking about energy congestion, energy stagnation, exposing to sun will help you relieve that energy. It is itself very rejuvenating in nature. Early morning going out to sun is very energizing also. So sun exposure is another thing that will help in sinusitis big time. So what other factors we have discussed already? The food habits, the lifestyle, sleeping, all of these are mandatory. Along with that, these therapies are also going to be of great help. So if you are going through sinusitis and don't know how to manage it, please visit us and we'll be able to help you in managing sinusitis, what you should do and what you should not do, what food you should take, what food you should not take. We'll be able to help you with those advices, and acupuncture, yoga therapy, diet and dietary advices. Okay, so we welcome you. If you are going through sinusitis, please pass on this message for somebody in need, so that they'll be able to get the help out of the video as well as the information that we are trying to circulate. So with that, I end this topic today. Thank you very much.